I just believe in the process, and we're going to win going through the process.
Now, Bills Mafia, it's time for the main event. So sit back and enjoy the show.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the game, I mean, before we even go into it, because as I say, there's not really much to talk about category-wise and all that. I just really want to just talk about Tre White quickly.
Okay.
He's got there's a stat came up from NFL on CBS on Twitter, actually saying that this season he's had 29 incompletions against him, which is the most in the NFL, and he is tied for the fewest in the NFL with 0 pass touchdowns against, and this is when he was being the primary defender. Can you say that Tre White has actually now bounced back and he should be deserved to be in the running for lockdown, the likes of Lattimore, Ramsey, and even Gilmore, shall we say?
What do you mean bounce back?
Well, last year he didn't have the best of seasons. Or am I just thinking of another season where he'd actually had a bit of a poor one?
Hang on.
Because I just feel that he's never got the respect that he's actually deserved. I mean, we were talking about respect with regards to the power rankings and how we always used to get wound up. Some people got wound up about it. I'm just trying to think of Tre White. Is there still respect there for Tre White as a elite shutdown corner?
I'm just gonna circle back to the point that I was making at the top of the show. I don't care. I don't need him to get respect. He can go and do his job if he has a game here or there, like that happens. Like cornerback is probably one of the hardest positions to play because it's just a guessing game of what the receiver is going to do. And you just got to trust your natural ability to follow him. Looking at his pass coverage last year, 12.3 yards per completion, better than his 2019 of 13.1. And he had a higher yards per target, so he was targeted further down the field last year and gave up less yards per completion. His passer rating allowed, though, was 79.9, which was the worst of his career. In 2019, it was 43.3. He gave up a few more yards last year. This year, his quarterback rating against is 57.5. Which is his second best than it would be so far. So, it's all about the narrative. You want him to get respect around the league. You want when a pundit talks about the best corner, you want Tre White's name to be mentioned. I don't care.
That's fair enough.
Because it's all about, for me right now, it used to matter because I used to care about getting respect. I wanted just people to talk about the Bills because we weren't winning games. So I just wanted something to be happy about. So I get where you're coming from.
Yeah.
The mindset, I think, needs to shift. If people don't talk about Tre White, who cares? Because we're winning football games. And that's all that matters. We can win a Super Bowl. That's all that matters. If we're talked about in February, I don't care if Tre White is talked about in November.
Sure.
So, I mean, 3 years ago, I would want this. Absolutely. I would want Tre White to get respect. But right now, I think it's a big part of like what Diggs would say, what Emmanuel Sanders says. Like, it's what Beasley said, I think, last year. I don't care about my personal stats. I care about winning. And that's where I am as a fan.
Yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. I mean, I just want to try and just obviously put it out there, the fact that he's not really.
He's having a better year than the last year.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But let's do it. Let's do it. There's probably going to be the shortest preview segments that we're ever going to have on there, and actually talk about the Jags game and up against the rookie. And McDermott is actually 5-1 against rookie quarterbacks. And I may put this out on Twitter. Should I put it out on Twitter and get them to try and guess who it is, or shall we just?
People will look it up. So I mean, it's not like it's a thing, but
enough. But yeah,
Yeah, it was Sam Darnold in 2018, the second Jets game. I don't even remember it, honestly. Like I can't say. I like we took a long time trying to find it, and then when I looked at that schedule of that year, like I don't remember anything from that game. So like, who cares, right?
it's almost like McDermott's turned into it's like a Belichick
Oh yeah,
against
yeah.
rookies.
I mean, he's a defensive guy. Him and Frazier have a great thing going this year, best defense in the league. And here comes Trevor Lawrence, a guy who loves to throw some interceptions, an offensive line that's not that great. They lost DJ Chark. They're not targeting Laviska Shenault. So yeah, there's just a whole lot to love in this matchup because you have a quarterback who's you know pressing it. You have a
Yeah,
coach in Urban Meyer who just is the worst. You want to talk about building a culture? He's doing the exact opposite. I imagine those players can't stand him. Uh,
yeah,
it's just great. It's another opportunity for us to go out there and really show that we're one of the best teams in the league. And even if we don't cover the spread, which is the biggest in the league again this week, 14 points, I think it is. Um, I think
I
we cover. I'm pretty sure we cover.
I definitely cover that.
Yeah. Yeah. I would probably say the biggest issue, the biggest talking point will be the O-line with Feliciano and Spencer Brown out again. Cody Ford's going to get back in the game and really make a case for playing time. And that's what you want out of your players. When Epinesa sits, you want him to come back and have his best game the next week. When Cody Ford gets benched and he gets an opportunity to play, you want to see him play with that fire. And I'm expecting that. I'm hoping that. And I want to see, him have a dominant game and really make it hard for our offense to pick a starting five. Do you have your thoughts on the O-line?
I think it will show. I keep talking about the word depth. I think this will show how in depth and how strong our backups are. I mean, Cody Ford, he's not had the best season. He's not had the best couple of seasons since the injury. Can he come back and actually? I think there's people starting to actually to wrap the bow around. Actually, had a little tag coming up saying bust and for Cody Ford. I just can't see.
It could be, yeah.
But it's interesting because I mean you want to say that he's not a bust and he actually shown that we've got the depth in there, but it also shows if there is one potential weakness of this team, this hopefully championship winning team, will be the depth on that O-line because you're looking at what was it Ryan Botger going in at left guard or they put Cody Ford there.
It'll be Botker at left guard, Ford at right guard, and they're going to move Williams. Williams is going to have his second game at right tackle again.
Then who
they were fine last week.
Yeah, they're fine last week.
Yeah,
but you just gotta you don't want to go into games saying we're going to be fine, and then realize and just underestimate that defense because it could all come crumbling down, and we don't know what's going to happen. You mainly see Cody Ford blow out, so there is a bit of worry.
Let's look at Jacksonville's defense then.
All right.
They are middle of the pack in QB hurries percentage. They're a top 10 blitzing team, so we might see a little bit of that. Their QB pressure rate is bottom 10 though, 22.4%, where the Bills have the highest QB pressure rate at 31.7. So they are the third. They only have 11 sacks on the year. I mean, we only have 16, but it's all about pressure. It's not about sacks. But yeah, third worst in sacks, bottom 10 in pressures, bottom 10 in pressure percentage, and only I think it's like 19th in hurry percentage. So Josh Allen versus Josh Allen is what we're going to see this week. And, I'm probably not too worried about it. Trivia question for you.
All right.
I think I read that it was there have only been, this is the fourth time in NFL history that a offensive player and defensive player with the same name have played against each other. We actually have one of those previously as well. So could you name the Bills quarterback that played against a defensive player that had the same name as him?
Oh, fuck no.
He's one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time.
What era?
After Jim Kelly.
Oh, God, there's so many. We have so many.
All right. After Jim Kelly, but before JP Lossman.
Oh, fucking hell. This is where I'm not using Google at all to actually try and.
Nope, you're not. Yep. You could use Twitter. The Bills actually did post this trivia question, so.
Oh, fuck it. I can't. It'll take me ages to find it. So
it's Todd Collins.
All right. Okay, there we go. He's told me.
Week 7, 1997. Todd Collins played against Patriots linebacker Todd Collins. I love me some Todd Collins.
Did we win that game?
Oh, I have no idea. Let's go.
So we can't have a precedence then.
Yeah. All right. Let's go find out. Let's go back to 1997.
Let's quickly find out.
1997. Well, we played them twice. First matchup we lost 33-6. Second game we lost 31-10. So it wasn't great, but I mean, then again, that Bills team was 6-10. So it was Drew Bledsoe owning us back then.
Good old Drew.
So yeah, I mean, we talk about the O-line if we want. I mean, that's the narrative this week. And there was one clip I saw of Mahomes escaping a very, very clean pocket. He just doesn't have the trust in his O-line. He feels like he's got to force it. And Josh Allen has protected the ball this year. He has, not been taking any sacks. He knows to get rid of the ball. He's not forcing it. He only has like 3 interceptions on the year. Like, just complete trust. If the O-line has any kind of breakdown, just he'll throw the ball away. He'll run. He knows how to pick his spots. I just trust Allen to not play hero ball anymore, So even if the O-line has a bad game, I think that this coaching staff has a way to adjust, and I think Allen has the ability to make things happen. So I'm not too worried about it. 33-13 Bills.
You really think Jacksonville going to get 13 points?
Dude, I mean, you got to amount for a touchdown early and then some, field goals early and then a garbage time touchdown. They're the home team. I mean, they're going to that doesn't matter. Bills Mafia is going to be in Jacksonville, so it's going to be all right.
Well, when you've got a turnover margin of plus 13 and just obviously yards pass allowed 182.4, rush 86.6 yards per game on there. I think.
Yeah, the Jags point differential is a minus 80. So that's 1, 2, 3, fourth worst in the league. So
and we're 15.6 points allowed per game through the 8 weeks. The Jaguars are 29 points allowed per game. I think we're going to get another blowout.
Yeah, I mean they're third worst in the league in points for.
I think it could be a blowout, but I'm just going to play
30th in passing yards.
I'm going to go on the urge
rushing yards, but our rushing defense has been legit. So yeah, I mean, there's just nothing. There's nothing. I used to analyze and just like overthink and clutch at straws is the saying of how I could convince myself that the Bills could beat their opponent.
Yeah,
I remember those weeks. It was it was embarrassing because it was like, oh well, if this happens and this happens and this happens and this happens, we can win. But now that's what our opponents have to do against us. It's amazing. It's unbelievable. And I love it.
Yeah. So I am actually going to go big here.
Ooh.
I'm going to go 45-7.
If that doesn't happen, will you be disappointed though? If it's
fancy wise, yes.
If it's 24-14, will you be upset?
a tiny bit upset that they managed to get 14 points.
That's only 2 scores. That's not that. That's really good. If you hold your opponent to 20, you're going to win every football game, right? So that's all
True.
that's my measuring stick.
But if they don't, if we don't score 45 and we concede less than we give away less than 10, then I won't be happy from a fantasy point of view.
Right.
Especially when, as we said earlier in the show, I'm playing you. So
yeah,
the more we score and the rest, the less we concede, the better it is going for me to actually extend my winning run and start making my way to the top of the league again.
If West Ham only beats Norwich 2-1, are you upset or are you just happy because you got a win?
Well, to be honest, I'm happy we got a win on that one.
Okay.
I mean,
they only have scored 3 goals all year. I mean, that's a team that you want to, beat like, 3-0, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone wants to see a team actually win a big game and all that. Maybe it is just the expectation of what this offense and this defense actually have done this year and what they've shown in glimpses last year that make me feel that anything less than a big blowout or a big win is a little bit disappointing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
so it's like if Chelsea doesn't put up 5 on Norwich, then they're going to be upset because
they put 7 up on Norwich.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if that's their expectation. So that's your expectation against the Jags here. This is Chelsea.
Yeah, I think majority of the games, I'm just by going with what we've actually had, what we've actually done, I would actually I would say I'm not going to be overly disappointed if the score lines are close or we don't score that many points, gain that many yards and all that. I think it's just me got to temper my expectations because of what we know we're capable of and what we have the potential to put up points and points and points and stop giving away points.
Yeah.
So
I just think that you don't need to score 35 every week. Like you just need to win. I don't care about power rankings. I don't, like that. If we score 40, we're going to go up in the power rankings. If we only score 20, we won't go up in the power rankings. And who gives a shit? All I care about is winning. And if it's 20-7, that means our defense had a dominant game. I don't need our offense to score 40 every week. So, I mean, I'm going to be happy no matter what, as long as we win.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much all we can really say on that. I mean, obviously everyone that's going down, I think Alex, you want to get a group photo. I think you put it up on the
absolutely
on socials.
For everyone still listening. We're meeting at the I think the girl with the dolphin statue. It's on the right side of Tower Bridge. So it's only like a 6-minute walk to Moretown Belle. From there, I want to get a group picture before the sun goes down. I think it'll do really well on the socials.
Yeah, and obviously, if you're going to get down there, I think they've got the Moretown have got a space reserved for us from 12 o'clock.
Oh wow!
Onwards,
cool.
They're going to be showing. If you want to catch the football, they're going to be showing the football. They're going to be showing the F1 as well. If there's any Formula One fans coming down, as well. Obviously, Alex is going to be there. Charlie and Tim will be there from Bills from Afar. I'll be down for the playoff game.
Yep.
And just what I want to see, tweet your photos.
Oh yeah.
And all that.
I will be taking photos and videos, and they will be all over the place.
Use the what should we use the hashtag UK Bills Meetup or UK Meetup. UK Bills Meetup. There we go. Okay. Use that so we can post them out on the socials. Obviously follow us on Facebook, Buffalo Bills UK, YouTube, Buffalo Bills UK, UK_Bills on Instagram, UK under UK_Bills on Twitter, and RWBB_podcast on Twitter. Subscribe, follow, hit that like button, spread the word of mouth, leave reviews, leave any questions, and enjoy Sunday. Enjoy a massive Jags win. I'm going to enjoy it even more if I beat Alex in fantasy.
You just said Jags win, bro.
So,
Rob, you just said enjoy a massive Jags win. What are you doing?
shit.
You just jinxed
I'm
it.
talking. I'm talking.
You just jinxed it.
Oh yeah, come from the guy that actually said, gotta love it when Trevor Lawrence throws 4 interceptions.
Oh, I don't believe in. Yeah, I don't believe in jinxes. All right, you needed to go take some.
Okay.
Go
So
take some paracetamol and go have a lie down.
yeah. So enjoy a massive Bills win,
There it is.
and I will enjoy it even more when I know that I beat Alex in the this week in fantasy.
We should
after
make a
losing
side bet.
after losing to Tim last week by a point.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm gonna blow you out this week. It's all right.
Yeah. Talk's cheap, but no. Enjoy the weekend. We'll be back on Monday or Tuesday to review it. And unless you've got anything else to ask to Alex,
I'm good.
then for me, Matt, that's Alex saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the game. Thank you for listening. Subscribe, and let's go Buffalo Bills.
Go Bills.